Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install Windows 11 on a new computer. So, let's get started. So, in continuation from the last video, I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows 11 on a new computer. So we click Next, then click Install Now, and follow the prompts, and I don't have a product key yet, so I'll just click I don't have a product key. We want to install Windows 11 Home. Next.
One eternity later.
Okay, so there was about a 1.5 hour gap between that last clip and this clip. That is because Windows 11 did not want to install. And it turns out, through a lot of troubleshooting, I had to do a BIOS update, and then I was able to get back to this screen, except this time it let me install. So now we're going to click Custom Install Windows Only, because we just built this computer, we don't have an upgrade. So we're going to click Install Windows Only. Yep, this looks like a 1TB SSD. It's the only drive we have. Click Next, and it does its thing, and then I'll get back to you when this is installed. So I just restarted, and I think that means Windows 11 is now installed. Yep, this is new. This hasn't happened before. So now that we're at the install options screen, this will vary based on where you are and stuff, so I'm going to select my own country. Then I just click US because all these others aren't really. Then click skip if you don't want to add a second keyboard layout. And then select your Wi-Fi network. And then once you're connected to the Wi-Fi or Ethernet, it'll check for updates. Alright, and then we get to this name your device screen, so I'm going to name my device. So I'm just going to call it first build. I'm going to click next. And then it will restart. And then you'll get to a second setup screen. And then it's time for the more personal stuff, like your Microsoft account. And once you've entered in your personal information, then you get to this screen. And I'd recommend turning all of these off, but you can select what you'd like. And then once you've entered in your preferences, just click Accept. For this screen, either select what you have or just click Skip. And then once again, you can pick your options. I'm going to click Only Save Files to this PC. And then it will get to, I think, a sign-in screen. Nope, more stuff, so click No Thanks. There we go. I think this is getting into the sign-in screen. And then it will come into this screen, the standard Windows desktop. And for my motherboard, it offered me this prompt. So I'm going to click Install and see what happens. There we go. My mouse was, for some reason, set to the opposite, so if I click the left one, that's actually right click, and then right click is left click. I'll fix that in a second. Actually, I'm going to fix that mouse problem now. There we go. Left. So it wants us to restart the system, so I'll click that. And now that it's restarted, this App Center from Gigabyte will pop up, and then this will pop up. I'm going to deselect this, and then look at all these ones. These look like they're important, so I'll go ahead and install them, and then I'll click Install. So all these are going to install, and then I'll get back to you when they're installed. Another thing we can do is remove the Windows 10 install USB from here. I'm not sure what happened, but the microphone decided to stop recording. So what I was going to say is, this will not be my main setup. Instead, this will be my main setup. I forgot to record, but now my desk is all set up. But first, before this can happen, there's something very important we have to do first. And now that is done, now I can start using a new setup. And I think I'll start with just seeing how I'll perform with some of my new games. So this is Transport Fever 2, and it's one of the games that I have but never really talk about or make videos of. I made one a while ago, but then I just stopped. And in this game, I kind of stopped playing it because, as you actually see in the clip from the part 1 of the series, my computer's having problems. But now, I have a computer that can run this game. Well, it's not really that it can run this game, it's that it can run the game in particular that I have. I tend to just keep adding. So the problem I was having with this particular save game, as well as just everything about this game in general, is, say I had the camera positioned on a few trucks moving on that road. The trucks will keep stuttering like. And the temperature was at 80 degrees, max fans, like I put the fans manually on max power. Nothing degrees Celsius or higher. However, in this computer, I've seen that the GPU with the fans running, because the GPU maxes out at maybe 60 degrees Celsius, and that's only when I'm pushing it, or the CPU, maybe I've never seen it exceed 60 degrees Celsius, and the CPU usage, while the game sometimes stutters, the CPU never really exceeds anything. Yeah, so this computer is very powerful. So if we unpause the game, I'm not sure how well that in-game sound will go with my recording, but nothing really stutters. And if I increase the speed of the game, this stuttering behavior is what was happening really badly in my other computer, and when I speed it up, it does the stuttering, but then it stops a bit, and you can see that it's actually running a bit slower than it should be. Like, this timer should be, that's running a bit, I think that's running actually fine now, but it sometimes behaves a little weirdly. However, on this computer, in this really crazy save game, everything is running fine. That changes a bit when I, let's say, zoom in on a large area for some reason, or when I, let's say, speed the game up. But mostly, and I've actually been able to keep playing on this game now. I'm not just stuck watching everything stutter and I can't build or something. So I mainly abandoned the save game before my new computer, and now I have a new computer, can actually use this game now. And it's actually been a week since I first got my new computer, so I've been playing on this game and a few other games. So yeah, this game runs pretty well. And right now I have Task Manager open on another window, and the CPU is at around 50% and maybe 40% utilization. So it's only half of its full potential. The GPU is at 50%, and its dedicated memory, or really the VRAM, it has 12 gigabytes available, and it's using 10 of that. So my other GPU, the 1050, had 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and this one has 12 and is using 10 of it. Imagine what was happening to my other one. Then again, I am running on max settings now, because I can. I can see the grass, all the textures, and the computer's not exploding yet. Yeah, it's still running at around 60 FPS, although when I zoom in, it will go down. Then again, this is still on max settings. And if I go into like a random area, let's go into forest, 60 FPS, still 60. Wow. And I'll be getting like 30 or less on my other computer. Yeah, I'll probably make a video about this particular save game later, but this is just one of a few games. In Simple Planes, I haven't done too much work on this. However, oh, and this is an engine for the next progress update. I have decided, however, I have no, this used to run at 30 FPS, except now it's running at 60 FPS, and the settings are maxed out again, because I can. When we load it into the, it still takes a while to load, so I'm going to cut part of that out. And we're getting 60 FPS, I'm just going to hide my thing. And we're getting 60 FPS, and when I hit fast forward, yeah, 60 FPS again. Wow, this computer's a beast. And there's no impact to my performance at all. Wow. Okay, let's try, let's say, the SW120 wings, which have lots of moving parts and things, and I have added the new engines in here again. Alright, let's see how this goes. 60. Fast forward. 60. Oh, wow. Alright, let's do some random stuff. Alright, let's try moving some stuff, and the volume in-game is loud, So I can't zoom in without destroying the recording, but it's still going to be at 60 even when I zoom in. And yes, I am going to have to mute part of this recording. Right, that did have a tiny performance impact, but oh well, I'm speeding up. But it didn't have that much of an impact. What's gonna happen now? I'm just speeding up, coming off the runway. And I go up. So my computer once again can run all my Simple Planes creations. And let's see how well Minecraft goes. I haven't actually loaded too many worlds on here, just the one, Luke the Notable's Hardcore World. And yes, I promise I'll get that time lapse out. I recorded some of it, but then just stopped recording it. Anyway. So, we're still running at 60 or 50, okay. Well, settings are maxed out, render distance is pretty high. Yep, 30 again, but let's put it back to... What? Let's put it back to... That's not... Okay, fixed. For some reason my display was not correct. Alright, so... I'm going to put my render distance back to 12 where it was. So 60 again, everything's running perfectly fine. I've allocated 20 gigabytes of RAM because I have that. 60 FPS as we approach the compound. We're dropping, no, well, 30 FPS, well. Okay, that's fine. Remember, Luke the Notable himself can't even run this at 60 FPS. But it's usable, it's better than what I had. Yeah, so Minecraft's pretty good. And this is probably one of many ways to test my computer's performance in Minecraft, but I don't really have too much time to test this. But I'm just seeing how well it performs in just general gaming. But I think I made a good choice. An i9 and a 3060. Everyone would recommend an i5 and a 3080 or something, or an i7 or something. But I knew that I'd be doing a lot of simulation tasks, so I chose this setup. i9, 3060. And so far it's been the perfect match. Why is it that Minecraft has these prompts like destroy the tree when I'm a maxed out netherite god? I do not need to cut down a tree. Why do these prompts keep showing up? It's not just because I got a new computer. That shouldn't affect it. There should be some kind of something in the world file that says if a player has done a certain thing. I don't know why this has happened. Why I'm not cutting down a tree, Minecraft. So that is it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be it for the video. There's not much else I can think of to do. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!